Well, good morning, everybody. This is Rick, for those that don't know. Today's date is Thursday, May 25th, 2023, and I want to welcome you all to the Hit Run Candlesticks pre-market meeting. Hope everybody's doing well. Had a great night's sleep last night. Good morning, Tom, Carl, Mai, Vin, Chip, Julie, JW, Emma. Good morning, everybody. Well, if you were in NVDA and you held it over earnings, well, you're buying beer. Simple as that. On the other hand, if you were holding DLTR long, the people that were in NVIDIA are going to buy you the beer. So, way to go, NVIDIA holders. Super. So, I see, what was it, Vin there asked, well, what's next for NVIDIA? I see targets of about 355 and then maybe 500 up here. Just a nice round number at that 500 area. Beautiful trend here, had a great gap. Let's do this. There we go. Now, you know, we know in trading, and you can go back and look at this chart, nothing changes. I mean, a little bit of excitement last night. Today's probably going to be a little exciting. The bulls just exploded into it, but still it's a chart. And let's don't forget that, okay? And charts do what charts do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. They always do that. And there could be a bias to the long side, and there could be a bias to the downside. But it doesn't matter what the bias is. The chart always goes up and down, up and down. So what I see over here for some traders maybe is have a little patience, let it set up, let it do what it needs to do to come down to a price and to a entry that makes sense to you. For other traders, it looks like we're going to open up here. Let's get rid of this. For other traders, it looks like we're going to open up about this 394.80 right now. So it's really simple. Above that is long. Below that maybe is a little short, just looking for it to come back and do a little bit of a backfill. Once that first 15-minute candle is put in, and let's just use this candle right here, and let's just say it's the 15-minute candle, okay? Then you put lines up there, the bottom and the top, and you have a bracket trade. It's really simple. Bullish, bearish. Very, very simple. And remember, it's just a chart. At the end of the day, it will be just a chart. A little exciting. Again, congratulations for everybody that held that. Way to go. Top notch. Thumbs up. I wish I was you. Okay. So let's go take a look at the SPY really quick here. Thank you, NVIDIA. It's probably NVIDIA that's giving this whole boost to the market right now. But you can see the trend here with the SPY. The bias is still up, and with the bias being up, you know that we're going to have up and down, up and down. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Things like that. Sorry, I had to grab a drink. But the bias is definitely to the upside. Let's take a look at the diamonds really quick. And the diamonds, now that's kind of questionable. If we go out here to the longer term, you can actually see the bias is still to the upside, sort of, kind of, maybe. I say that a little bit, just because we can connect some dots. I wouldn't say that the diamonds look good at all. It could be that strength in the overall market today starts to bring the diamonds back up. I don't think they're long, they're tradable long, really, until they break out of that downtrend line. But of course, there's a possible trade from here to there. That's the long side. On the short side, if we just continue to see weakness, then that's a short, and there's your, possible support area down there at about 316. Another thing that could happen to the diamonds is something like this. Here we run up right into that trend line and then roll over and back down. So we need to keep our eyes on the diamonds. While I don't usually pay too much attention to them, they're still a force to be reckoned with. And I mean, the bias, this bias right here is to the downside. It has not changed. So let's see what happens today and tomorrow. Let's see if the whole whole AI is what it is. The Qs, that FNGU chart, we'll go look at that. If the power of the Qs, the NASDAQ, if the power there can lift the diamonds up a little bit and get them going, then that would be helpful for the diamonds for sure. Otherwise, we do need to keep an eye on them. So here's the Qs here. There's not one stinking thing that suggests that the Qs are even thinking about anything bearish. The bias is to the upside, and you've got these rallies, pullbacks, all the way through it. FNGU, this is the one I probably watch the most compared to, between the Qs and FNGU. And you can see there's just no looking back. It just keeps on going. So bias is still up. Overall market remains bullish. Let's take a look at IWM. Yesterday at the close, we had a discussion here in the room. What are we going to do here? What's it looking like? Some people were talking bearish. Some people were talking bullish. I look at the chart and, I see we need more information. Yesterday, I shared several times with the room that I had no edge yesterday in my trading, and I'm not sure today is going to be any different. I don't know until the market opens up and gets going. But I look at this chart, and we can talk about it. It can be the conversation at the dinner table, around the lunch bench today, the water cooler, wherever. But bottom line, this chart, there is no value in trading IWM till it either breaks down or breaks to the upside. I personally don't feel there's any value whatsoever inside this area right here. So let's do this. Let's make this nice and big. IWM, you need to go one way or the other. There's way too many charts out there, way too many stocks that have a much clearer picture of trading than trying to basically guess where this is going to go. We have a shooting star up here that hit the 200 period moving average and it gapped down. So one might say, well, it's going to be short, down we go. Well, one thing that's happened here outside of NVDA is we have not broken down 170, 150. And just because we have ugly price signal doesn't mean that it's going to come crashing down. Price or candlesticks, they're short-term indicators. Short-term indicators because they're created by human beings, which are extremely short-term. So, all right, traders, human beings, threw us a shooting star here. We've gotten follow-through, but let's not forget the trend. There it is right there. Boom. And look what we're doing today. Today is thank you, NVIDIA. There's no doubt about it. Thank you, NVIDIA. Now what's it going to do? And there's where we just need to keep watching this. And let's wait for that breakout or wait for that breakdown in there. So that's what I think we should do with old IWM there. Take a look at the transports. They're not doing so great. They're a little bit underwater. They're under the trend indicator, under the 50 period moving average. So that puts a negative vibe for me on it. On the other hand, if we take a look at this chart, it's in the same boat as IWM is. It's just moving sideways. That's all it's really doing. Chopping around sideways. No edge in IWM whatsoever. SMH, might not be the case. Again, thank you, NVDA, for pushing it up. So SMH looks quite bullish here. So that's kind of what I see in the overall market. As far as some charts maybe that are setting up, let's take a look at a couple. BBIA, if somebody's looking for a chart under $3 here, BBIA is starting to set up with a bullish Hiromi, a doji, a bullish follow through. These three candles right here, you've got a doji continuation pattern. It looks like we're starting to follow through here over the trend indicator. Right now, I think what I would mostly look for is maybe a little bit of rest and then maybe a buy on that. I've got NVIDIA on the chart. We've already talked about that. Google, look at Google here. If you are a 3/8 trap trend trader, then charts like Google and the next few stocks you're going to like. Here we have just a simple trend to the upside. Price rocks, a small little dip, buyers start coming in, and we're looking for that continuation, just like that. Net, N-E-T. There's your 3/8 trap again. Oh, where'd my thing go? There it is. There's your 3/8 trap again. Here's our rally to the upside, our pullback, buyers stepping in. We're looking for an extension. That's all. That's all. You know, a trend will have multiple places in it. If it's a month-long trend, it's probably going to have more places. If it's a week-long trend, it'll have a few, less than a month. If it's a 6-month trend, you're going to have a whole lot of little breaks, little pauses. That's what this is right here, little pause. This is how a trend works. So here's our trend. Now, while we cannot guarantee this is going to continue up for another week or another month or another 6 months or another year, what we know from history is if you start a trend and you pay attention to those rest areas, those little breaks, those little things right in here, and then you start attacking when the bulls start stepping in, anywhere from here or the breakout, that's what gets you into that trend, and that's what makes us a little money. DocuSign here. Here's DocuSign starting to come off the bottom. Let's see here. We've got a little shoulder, a little head, a little shoulder right through here. You can see that trend starting. And here's our rise and our pullback. Tesla. Look at Tesla. Tesla's still going. Tesla looks to me like it's headed up toward that 200 period moving average. This is a rounded bottom breakout, and it's just doing a great little job. Just from here, well, let's draw this out. From this low, you've got a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. All right, you kind of broke the low if you're going to count that as a low. But now it starts again, just like that. Just like that. And so anyway, let's see here. Apple. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple's another one. Apple probably needs a little bit more, I think, before it would interest me up here. So we've got 3 bars to the downside, a doji, potential Morningstar signal setting up today. So if that's the case, above 173, I'll call it 10, above 173.10, that to me is a confirmed Morningstar, and that would be a buy area right through there. I'm going to put an arrow right there for myself. There we go, on Apple. Amazon, I'm actually in Amazon right now, and you can see, look at that trend, absolute trend, and within that trend are the zigzags, the rallies and the breaks, the rallies and breaks, rallies and breaks, rallies and breaks. That's what it keeps on doing. ARKF is another one. Look at that. So if we think about IWM and what else was it? IYT. If we think about those, and let's come take a look at this chart right here. So if we take this area right there, let's pretend that we don't know that this is over here. And I'm just going to duplicate this. There it is. I'm going to put my line about right there. So you can see how this just moves sideways. See that breakout? That's what we want from IWM and or IYT. It's the same sort of thing. So as you're looking at this ARKF in here, man, I need more information. I don't know anything in here. I've got no edge inside this area. Well, now my edge has been given to me. There's my edge. We have a breakout, a bullish breakout. Now I can trade that based on my trading rules. A couple questions there, and then I've got to run off here, okay? Tyler, what do you think of MUFG? Oh, that's an easy one. See that bullish engulf? And you know what? I've got this. Let me change the timing on this. There we go. Oh, that's still an easy one. Above 665, above these lows right here. See, we can't get across it. We can't get across it. So I want to be across it. I don't want to be the guy trying to get across it. Think of this as all people in here, right? Now, this is probably not going to turn out quite the way I said it there. Ants. Think of these as ants, all right? Here's a bunch of ants coming up. Well, they just got the crap stomped out of them. You're an ant. I'm an ant. We're all an ant. All the ants tried to come up here and move up there. Well, we just got the crap stomped out of us. So let's be an ant that lives on, and let's let it break out and prove it can do it. And now us little ants can live on a little longer. Okay. Outside of that, I mean, the chart is doing the right stuff, or trying to. You know, you've got that consolidation through here. Here it broke out, but we're back in consolidation. Okay. Let's see, definition of a morning star. Morning star is really easy. It's actually my most favorite chart pattern of all, candle pattern. And it's when you have a negative day, and then you have a kind of a small body day. I really, you know, if you look at a book, they call it a doji. I don't really care what it is. Hell, it could even look like this. I wouldn't care. It's smaller body than this one, and it must close below this high. That's all I ask for. And then the next bar has to be green, and I want it. It doesn't. I'm still going to call it a morning star if it does not move above this bar's high. But that above that high, then it's what I'm going to add that word confirmed in there. So let me try to draw you a book, you know, a book morning star. So you've got a down day, maybe a doji like this. There you go. That's what you'll see in books right there. Okay, everyone, thank you very, 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 very much. I appreciate you being here for the morning group meeting. And let's see if we can fire something up, make a few new bucks today, okay? Take care, everyone. Back at the bottom of the hour.